In today's video, I wanted to catch a couple of nice perch on the canal, so I headed on down there with a few spinners in my pocket and a rod and got walking the canal, and I ended up hooking into a lovely perch. So let's get right into it. Today, I've brought a handful of spinners with me down the canal, and I've already got one on my lure rod at the moment, and I'm just going to be walking a couple of stretches down the canal, trying to catch a couple of perch, or maybe even some little pike that are out and about at the moment. But I'm using an ultralight lure rod with some really ultralight spinners, and I found out in my last perch fishing video that spinners can work very well on the canal, hence why I'm using them today. Obviously I've got a couple more in my pocket as well, just in case I want to switch up or I get snagged. Let's hope that doesn't happen though. But for now, I'm going to start walking on down the canal, a couple of stretches, and I'm going to make my way down to the narrow bit, and I'm going to catch me some perch along the way. Now as you can see, the canal is no longer very bright as it was a couple of months ago. It's gone very autumny all of a sudden, and all the leaves on the trees have started to go yellow. There's tons of leaves on the surface of the water, so yeah, the canal's starting to lose its colour again, but it does look very nice, so it's no big deal. But anyway, I'm going to make my way down this stretch with the lure dangled in the water. I'll see you when I've reached the end. Okay, so I'm now on the stretch of canal that I'm going to be fishing in today's video. I'm just on the top of the bridge at the moment, because why not? It's very peaceful up here. So I've just come from all the way down on that stretch there, and now I'm going to be making my way down this one here. That's the one with the narrow section on, so I'm pretty much bound to catch down there. I always seem to get something. Let's make my way off of this canal bridge then, and get down the pathway on the right here. Just off the canal there though, there's the pond I always fish in the field. I just thought I'd come down and have a look at it, see what's changed, but nothing really has changed, apart from some crops growing in the field again. But yeah, let's make my way back down to the canal. And there we go, I've made it to the stretch now. Considering it was raining this morning, it's a very sunny day. But now I'm down here, let's get out with my first cast. I'm going to have a little go in this area first, because why not? Might as well while I'm here. There we are, that was decent. I went about halfway across the canal there. And I'll just reel it in quite slowly, but with the spinner, because it's so light, I need to let it sink a little bit. So I let it sink and I'll just twitch it in like this at a pretty slow pace. And this is what got me bites last time, so I'm assuming it'll do the same today. But as usual, first cast has landed me no fish. Didn't expect it to anyway. But let's make my way down this way. And at last I've made it to the stretch. From here to the next bridge is probably where I'll be catching a perch in the next hour or so. So I'm going to get my first cast out in this bit. I'm just going to start off in the wider bit here and go inwards. That weren't the best of casts really, to be honest with you, because it's quite shallow where I just landed it. So I'll bring that in actually and restart. This time I'm just going to go in the actual narrow bit and give it a shot. You never know what to expect with this section, to be honest with you. It could be that the perch are very, very active, or they're just dormant and they don't come out at all. We shall find out soon though. Now what I always seem to do in the little section I'm in now is start off fishing where I am now and make my way down to the next bit, which is like a little bit wider if you've never seen my videos before, and that's where I tend to catch a lot of the perch. So today instead, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start down that end, so I'll skip this bit for now and come back to it afterwards. I'll have a few more casts out actually while I'm at it, but I'm going to make my way down there, start in the wider section and make my way back into this section. So let's get to doing that. I've made it down here now. As you can see, it gets a lot wider there, but I've been casting in on the way here, and I've just been pulling out a load of leaves, loads of snags. That's what I don't like about autumn time, fishing in the canals especially. You just seem to pull up a hell of a lot of weeds and leaves and stuff like that. To be honest, it's not so much like it down here, it's more up that end, so I'm not too bad here. As I said though, I'm going to come down to the end of the wider bit and start giving a couple of tosses out here, because it's literally within about from there to there, so about a 3 metre square location. It's literally always from about there to there where I always seem to catch a couple of perch. This here is just like the best spot of the stretch. I'll be honest, I've come a little bit early today as well. It's 1:45 at the moment, so I've just come right after lunchtime. Whereas this time of year I'd usually come like 2 or 3 hours before sunset, which I guess it is. But what I mean by that is I come at like 3 o'clock instead of like 1 o'clock. So I have come early, but that's not to say I ain't gonna catch nothing. I know it is a lot about timing when you're perch fishing. Early morning, late evening, they seem to be the best times, but I have caught many at like midday or when it's not early morning or late evening, so I'll probably have something on pretty soon. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, look at that, there's a big leaf on the end. That's what it's like every cast pretty much. It's just getting on my nerves at this point. So I think I'm going to have to stop letting it sink, to be honest. I have to reel it in fast there because it's like a foot of water and then it drops off to about 4 or 5 foot deep. But here, I haven't felt it touch the bottom yet, so if I just reel it in quite slowly, when it's mid-water, I think that'll be alright. One thing I really like about the rod that I'm currently using is that usually with ultralight lures, they're really tough to cast out, and say, let me just do this for example, they'll only go out to about there if you cast them with a normal rod. But with this one, seeing as it's obviously an ultralight lure rod, you can just cast it for ages and really far as well. Like for example, this lure weighs absolutely nothing. Weighs less than a 1p coin, I'd say. But here, if I just give that a little whack, look how far that went. That went all the way over there, and it could have gone farther as well. That's the really good thing about it. So if you want to check out the rod that I'm using, I'll leave a link for it in the description. I think in my last lure fishing video I did on this section, I used the ultralight combo, and I actually caught 2 perch. Quite nice ones actually. And the rod holds a really good fight as well. Hopefully I'll get to demonstrate that in this video when I catch a nice perch. I'm honestly surprised I haven't caught one at the moment though, because I've been wandering around down this section of canal for about an hour now. In this narrow bit anyway. I've been out an hour and a half already. It's gone fast. But yeah, I'm proper surprised that I haven't caught one yet. I do only have an hour remaining as well, because I've got to head in at 3:30. I've got to be somewhere. So I've got to make the most out of this next hour and really knuckle down on all these little locations where the fish might be. I mean, usually I get them right beneath my feet, so maybe I'll try in the margin for a moment. I'll tell you what, there's some pigeons in that tree over there making a right racket. There's about 20 of them up there. They must be nesting in it, but because of all the leaves, they're all dead. They're all like really crunchy. You can hear them from a mile off. It started raining again now. I don't know if you can see all the droplets on top of the water. Luckily I'm under the trees, so I've got a bit of shelter, but I definitely need the shelter. I haven't brought a coat with me. It's only really light rain though, and it's still really sunny out, so I don't really notice it, to be honest. Oh, would you look at that? It's stopped already. That's really weird. It's not raining here, but up there, if you look on the canal water, you can't see, but I can. It's raining up there. The rain cloud must have passed. That's quite cool. If you look at that bit of the canal and listen for 2 seconds. Okay, it's kind of stopped now, but, well, it ain't stopped actually. Loads of acorns keep dropping in the water, because all them pigeons up there, you can probably see them flying around. Tons of them, but they keep dropping a bunch of acorns in the water. It's been like it for about a month now as well. It's really funny. I'm going to have a little cast around by them acorns falling in, actually. I don't know whether it would be scaring the fish away from it, but it's worth a shot, because they might be attracted to it. You never know. These fish are weird sometimes. If I don't get anything from here, I think I'm just going to try the margins, to be honest with you. They seem to do the best all the while, so why not try them again? Right, what I'm going to do, I've just realised the time. I've got 25 minutes left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 5 more minutes down on this wider bit, and then I'm going to make my way up on that narrower stretch, and then I'm just going to have to head home. So let's do this. If I'm going to catch a fish, it's probably going to be an owl, so I need to get a wriggle on. I'll let it sink and retrieve it at a decent pace, quite slowly if anything. Same as what I've been doing all session actually. And then I'll just try the margin like I said I would, for a couple of minutes anyway. I've just been watching the spinner in the margin as well, and I was jerking the end of the rod a bit like that. So I think I'm going to start doing that in the water, because it looked really good. Proper made it spin really fast, so I'm going to add in a few jerks to the end of the rod as I'm reeling it in as well. Maybe that'll attract a perch. Right, I've had enough of this little section now, so I'll quickly bring in the spinner and make my way onto the narrow bit here. I'll just get past here now, past where the acorns are dropping, and then around about where that yellow tree is there, I'll start casting out there. So here we go then. I'm gonna have to bring in a bit of line to cast here, because it's literally about 3 meters that way is. So I haven't got very far to cast at all, and it makes it very easy to get snagged in trees. That's the only bad thing about this section, snags. Apart from that, it's all good. Well, look at that, how have I even got snagged on that? There we go, that's free now. No, it isn't. Look at that. You just get snagged on everything down here, because there's nowhere to really cast. Proper awkward place to fish, to be honest. While I'm out filming this video, I'm just going to mention this. I know a few of you are wanting me to do a pike session. I'm going to jump on them pretty soon. I'm going to get on the pike fishing again. Expect to see it in the next 5 videos, maybe. Can't really confirm a date, but just know I'll get some pike fishing done soon. So that's for those of you wondering. I guess you could say I'm pike fishing now, except I'm targeting the perch, but there's a chance of catching a pike, so. Well, this next clip you're about to see is no pike, but it is a really nice perch, and I ended up hooking into one. Well, hey, here we go guys. He came out of nowhere. I was just dangling my lure, right, and I was watching it, and then this guy just came out of nowhere in the margin again. He come out the blue and he just attacked my lure. So there we are, caught my first perch of the session on the spinner. Perfect. Just as I was moving away from that bit as well. It's definitely a good thing I decided to move to this section now, because I wouldn't have caught this beaut otherwise. Here he is, the beautiful perch. He's got his spine up. I think he wants to attack me, you know. I'm going to put him back in a second though, but there you are. Just admire that catch. He's only a little tiddly fish. He's very small, but he's very nice as well, very pretty. But here we go, let's chuck him back in there. Off he goes. That was so sudden. I did not expect him to come out of the water at all. What it was, I wasn't recording, I'm gutted, I wish I was, to be honest. I was bringing it in there and I felt a bite and I was like, oh no, I missed that. And then I tucked it back out and I just dangled it around there. And I saw him come up in the margin and he just went for it. So I just lifted and he was on. hooked him and I caught him. Catch number 1, so hopefully I'll get a couple more in the next 10 minutes or so that I've got left. But I've not blanked, that's perfect. The spinners do work. This section here must be a little bit better today than down there, because I was down there for an hour or so and I didn't catch anything, but I've been up here 5 seconds and I caught one, so that's a really good sign. I'm nearing the end of the narrow section now, to be fair, so I don't have long left. But there's still plenty of stretch to cover, so I could get a second perch or maybe even a third. You never know. They do just come out of nowhere like that. Like right now I could be reeling in and one would come like that. I suppose it's like it everywhere, not just here though. I'm probably only going to have about 5 more casts out now. I mean, if you look where I am, the narrow stretch ends at where the end of my rod is pointing right now. I ain't got long left. And I do have to head in 5 minutes anyway, so I ain't got long left in my session in general. But I ain't got much more stretch to cover here. So here we go. I'm going to have like 5 or 10 more casts out in this little bit here. I do like this little bit where I'm fishing now, where in this current section, because I caught one of my biggest perch ever out of here. I think he weighed 1.5 pounds on the dot. I was well chuffed with that. Right, there's a perch following my lure right now. He's just giving me goosebumps, he has. He come out of nowhere, he was big. He swam right up to my lure, he was about to attack it and then he went off. So I've got one's attention. I'm just going to try and lure him back to my lure now. Oh, come on, perch. That perch has gone off now. The one that I saw just, he's definitely not coming back anytime soon. I've had about 7 casts out now. Let's just have one more for good luck. Here we go. Come on, last cast, let's get me a fish on. I'm just going to bring it in proper slow, just like this. Again, jerk the rod tip just to give it a bit of motion in the water. It's almost in now, so if one don't bite it right this very second, I ain't caught a second one. And just like that, I've not caught a second one. Well, that was a decent session if you ask me. I've only been down here 2.5 hours and I caught a perch, so I know it could be a lot better and I could have had 10 perch, but one will do me. I'm honestly just really glad I've caught one. But that does mean it brings me to the end of the video. So thank you all very much for watching the video. I do appreciate it, and I hope you all enjoyed. I sure enjoyed filming it. Got me out of the house and I caught a nice perch. That's a good day out if you ask me. But yeah, I'm going to wrap the video up here, so if you enjoyed, please leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss another video in the future. Become a member of my channel if you want to help support Fun make these videos so I can make better ones to put out there and I can make them more frequently. Again, the link for this rod will be linked down below if you want to check them out. They're Fish with Carl's rods, they're really good if you ask me. But that's about all I've got for you today, guys. Thank you very much for watching again, but I'll see you all back here in the next one. Peace for now.